In 2021, Funko released a FNaF advent calendar for the holiday season. This $50 product contained 24 pint-sized heroes. What the hell is a pint-sized hero? Well, it is a brand Funko has of tiny stylized figures found in mystery blind bags. No, these are mystery minis. Pint-sized heroes are smaller. No, those are bitty pops. These are a bit bigger. Ha. Back to that in a minute. No, these ones are even more stylized to the point where they're just a basic template shitty art is slapped on. That's it. I'm sure you can tell by how I'm talking about them and the fact that I don't even have one to show as an example. I hate these things. They are ugly, way overproduced, and the definition of low effort. And people call Pops lazy. So when Funko released this advent calendar, I was not very interested. Not only are the pint-sized heroes ugly as hell, but the character choices were awful. In total, there were 6 unique characters, being the classics and then BB and Marionette. Okay. And with this advent calendar having the theme of blacklight and not Christmas like the box showcases, most of the pops are just the same shitty colored characters Funko spammed out a few years back. This thing was horrible in pretty much every way. As merch, as a Christmas advent calendar, as a unique product. So like I said, I never got it, even after it went on sale. So why am I talking about it? Well, at the time, I was upset that they didn't just make the advent calendar pocket pops. You know, the small Funko Pops that usually come in those novelty cereal boxes and the Something Wild card game. And lo and behold, in 2023, bam, like 10 of these were pumped out for all of the franchises Funko has a license to. Marvel, horror, Pokemon, and of course, FNaF was given a second chance in the advent calendar spotlight. Now, with much better looking minifigures. Hello and welcome to the bonus episode of Price Corner Season 1, the FNaF merch review show that loves redundancy. I've been opening this up all throughout December on my TikTok page. I was originally planning on editing all the unboxings into one big video, but that would have taken forever as each TikTok is about 3 minutes long. And with tons of footage I cut for those already, that video would have been like 2 hours. Not to mention it would have been a boring nightmare to watch and edit, but I also didn't just want to upload all the videos with some extra thoughts on the end of it. So, a compromise. In the description of this video, I have all 24 TikTok unboxing and reviews edited into one big video that you can watch if you'd like some extra context of my opinions on this advent calendar, as well as a good hour of extra bonus content. If you'd like to watch that or just don't want to be spoiled yourself, pause this video and head over to that one, and return here once you are ready. Or, alternatively, in a few minutes I'll be giving 24 short one-sentence reviews and a final ranking for every Pocket Pop included. So that's also an option if you'd rather not hear me say the same things over and over again. With that being said, let's take a look at the box before diving into the pros and cons of this holiday season cash grab. The front cover features a template that all of the advent calendars use, this one having the ribbon and bow using the classic red and green color scheme, with the checkered pizzeria floors behind it, and the snowflakes and candy cane designs were reused from the holiday merch. Between the front cover, back of the box, and the website, we could see Freddy Tangled in Lights, Christmas Tree Bonnie, Blue Glitter Foxy, Gray Ballora, Peppermint Foxy, and Chico with the Santa hat. That's 7 of the pops spoiled on the cover, which I'm not saying is a problem. I mean, they have to advertise it somehow. I'm just pointing it out. I mean, it's not like the front cover character is the final day 24 pop. Something interesting here is that Chica is only seen on the website and Gray Ballora doesn't exist at all. Yeah, this pop is not in the advent calendar, which is why she was replaced with regular Ballora on the actual packaging. I kept waiting for Gray Ballora to show up and she just never did. I guess she was scrapped. Inside is a larger linoleum floor to display the pops on, and the actual calendar has Christmas bulbs to display the day, and behind it is a render of the show stage without the animatronics on it. Whoa, is this a fan render? I can't think of anywhere else that this was used, and Scott really doesn't make renders for merch anymore. So where is this from? Either way, the theming here is wonderful and fits FNaF well. I mean, think about how bad it would have been if they went the classic merch route and just made it a very bright image of the FNaF 2 office for some ungodly reason. That would be horrible. Something I always appreciated about advent calendars was when the days were all mixed up, making it so you had to hunt down each day. I don't know, I always found that fun. But here, they are just a simple row, which works, but it's just quite boring. Opening the actual doors, oops. Yeah, I ripped quite a few of these. Some just came right off, which is super lame. I know the box isn't the main attraction here, and I should probably discuss the actual figures, but part of the fun of advent calendars is the satisfaction. And if the darn thing rips anytime I put a tiny bit of pressure on it, that is disappointing. Just use thicker cardboard and not a fucking sheet of paper. The bags holding the pocket pops alternate between green and red. How cute is that? The other calendars are the same, just with more fitting theming. But it really seems like Funko just hit the make packaging button, as these are all pretty much just a template. But I do appreciate the stuff that is new here, like the base that mimics the floor of the dining room, which is so cool seeing as the stage is right there. So smart, man. I'll give you that one, Funko. Now you can make a big dance party. I love this. I usually don't rate Funko's boxes as they are all pretty boring, but this is so genuinely well made and thought out, I just have to give it a pity 7 out of 10. The durability sucks, so keeping this may be hard, but other than that, I adore this mock pizzeria. But of course, there is one more problem with it, but I'll save that for a bit later. Okay, fine. I'm done talking about packaging. And now I'm gonna talk about pricing! I am so good at making scripts. This advent calendar is $50. Wow, that is a bit steep. But overall, I do believe that it is worth it. I mean, put it like this. At $50 and 24 pops, you are buying each for about $2. I mean, I'm not gonna complain that I got Freddy holding a present for $2. I mean, that seems worth it. But altogether, I don't know if I can justify it. I mean, $2 is great if I could buy them separately, but the fact that I am forced to buy Tomato Bonnie no matter what kinda makes it sting a little, especially since I gave half of the pops a 6 or below. But of course, that isn't the whole story, with most of the fun of the calendar coming from actually opening it with friends, family, or just by yourself. I just see getting the figures as a nice bonus. Coming home each day and talking about these goofy pops was so fun. And not to mention a crazy editing challenge for me. So while it sounds pretty ridiculous at first, over 24 days, yeah, I totally got my money's worth. Alright, this is your final warning. As to talk about the contents of this advent calendar, I need to spoil every single pop for every single day. So if you wanted to do the calendar for yourself next year, or I don't know, I guess April works too, you should click off now. Gone? Okay, so I wanted to give my opinions on each pop for this video, but I have far too much to say about all of them, and this would go on forever if I did that. But I still obviously want to give you an idea of how I feel so the ranking isn't completely nonsense to you. So here's the deal. I'm going to rank all of the pops from worst to best, giving them a number score out of 10. But I am only allowed to say one sentence about each pop. If you're interested in my full opinions on all of these, or simply just want context for a placement or two, then go watch my full first impressions and review TikTok compilation in the description or in the card right now and at the end of the video. It may be long, but I'll have chapters set up for you so you can just see the clarifications for the ones you are interested in. Alright, enough yapping from me. Let's get this started. Day 1. Gingerbread Freddy Holiday Freddy 1 out of 10. If I can't even tell what you were going for, it's probably not a good pop. Day 13. Tomato Bonnie. 2 out of 10. The bright red color scheme on a Bonnie is a straight up crime. He'd look better in a salad. Day 19. Just Elf Bonnie. 2 out of 10. This is just the Elf Bonnie pop shrunken down. This is as lazy as it gets. Day 8. Christmas Tree Bonnie. 2 out of 10. Ugly ass green with a lame texture printed on him. He makes day 24 look a lot more interesting at least. And yes, that was all 3 Bonnies right next to each other, almost in last place. Why must they butcher my favorite character constantly? Day 6. Foxy holding cookies. 3 out of 10. He doesn't seem bad, but those plain ass, boring ass, white ass cookies just makes him a way worse and more frustrating day 9. Day 10. Golden Chica? 4 out of 10. This is the weirdest choice of the calendar. Not awful, but I just don't quite get why Chica was chosen here. Day 15. Tomato Freddy. 4 out of 10. The colors look better on Freddy, and I actually like the white accents, but still. Why? Day 22. Wrapped Tomato Chica. 4 out of 10. The ribbon looks nice, but the red will never not be an ugly choice for these. I mean, the green makes her look even more like a tomato than ever. Day 14. Metallic Foxy. 4 out of 10. Metallic pops look sick, but a variant of the worst Foxy variant is a bad idea, and for some reason the cookies are also metal. Day 11. Freddy holding a gift. 5 out of 10. Probably the most boring and forgettable pop of them all. And that's not even a joke. I actually forgot he existed a couple times. Boring brown ass Freddy holding almost the same gift box that Foxy did. Not even a hat. Really? Day 3. Peppermint Foxy. 6 out of 10. This one really grew on me. It isn't like the most amazing thing ever, but compared to some of these other lame recolors, this one is much better. In my original ranking, I gave him a 2 before I raised it up to a 5. And now he's a 6. Yes, I raised him again. Day 4, BB but green. 6 out of 10. Our first non-classic. BB was a weird choice, and only changing his blue to a green doesn't help him stand out much, but I still like it. Day 20, Peppermint BB. 6 out of 10. The white here on Nurse BB is much more unique. Not enough to raise him to a 7, but enough to be slightly better than his brother. Yes, Peppermint Foxy did this theming way better, but we also got 5 Foxys total. I'm sorry, but this is way more interesting. Day 18, Ruby Freddy, 6 out of 10. He would have looked better as a metallic pop, but the slight shine here is really nice, and he just barely misses out on a 7. Also, I think he's supposed to represent a Christmas tree bauble, but if that's the case, then what is Tomato Freddy actually supposed to be? Or did they just do this one twice? Day 5, literally just Ballora, 6 out of 10. Okay, maybe not just Pop Ballora. She was given the lovely stage from her figure, and the posing is much better. A welcome, yet confusing upgrade. Day 16, Blue Raspberry BB, 6 out of 10. Looking closely, this one is a bit scuffed, but I still think the transparent color is really nice. And this is a great inclusion, especially next to the other one color changed BBs. Day 12, Ballora with that green top. 6 out of 10. Sure, the slight color change is boring, and the last one is just more interesting, but I'm stuck on the fact that Ballora is just a better character, and one much more fitting of this calendar. Finally, the barrage of 6 out of 10s are over! On to the 7s. Day 9, Foxy with a hat. My original review was very angry, but this is a good pop. Great, even. It's just that giving us a much better version of a pop we got 3 days ago is a really dumb choice. Day 23, Glitter Ice Foxy, 7 out of 10. I mean, at least change the color like this guy did. The colors blend together a little bit, but overall, it makes him much more special to me. Good pop. Day 7, Helpy with a candy cane, 7 out of 10. Yes, this is just Helpy holding a candy cane, but... Oh my god, I'm thinking that isn't just the same 6 characters over and over again, thank god! That, and I love the Helpy pop already. But why get my hopes up by putting him this early? Pretty mean when most of the following pops are just the classics again. Day 24, Tangled Freddy, 7 out of 10. As a pop, I love this. It's really creative and pulls off its idea incredibly well. As the only pop that they made a new model for, I mean, it could be more special, but it's still good. And as the 24th and final pop of the calendar, this is a horrible choice. He was on the front cover. Day 2, literally just Chica. 8 out of 10. Okay, I lied about Tangled Freddy being the only unique model. The other was given to a remake of classic Chica, fixing everything I hated about her and giving her an adorable tiny cupcake? 8 out of 10 seems fair to me, even just for the fact that she exists. If only she had like a Santa hat or something, then it would be better. Day 17, Chica with a Santa hat. 8 out of 10. Oh. Why? I mean, it is better, but why the hell did you make this? It may seem hypocritical since I was so mean to Foxy, but besides just being a better character, Chica actually has new content on both of these, so I'll stick to my guns. And first place obviously goes to Day 21, Freddy Frostbear, 9 out of 10. Like, come on, was this even a surprise? Frostbear as a character isn't all that interesting, but as a holiday-themed pop for the advent calendar, yeah, this was literally the best possible character for them to make. Are you kidding me? Which Funko knew, giving Frostbear a pop design for the first time ever. And sure, he is just a recolored Freddy, but I mean, so is the original character. And with this pop looking so damn good, I have to give Funko a rare round of applause. As rough as the ride to get here was at times, I really love this thing. And it was a perfect way to end off this advent calendar.
What do you mean he was day 21?
And that was the list. Yes, I know I gave some of the later ones 2 or more sentences, but I put them this high for a reason. I have a lot to say about them. Even now, I'm still leaving out a ton I would love to blab on about. But of course, you know where to find my full opinions. For now, I have some more general statements to get out there. In total, we only got 8 unique characters. 4 being the classics, then Balloon Boy, Ballora, Helpy, and reluctantly Frostbear. This isn't great, but at least I can say that those 4 are very unique picks. I mean, we could have gotten like Springtrap or Marionette. They actually got pretty uncommon. I mean, how often do you see Helpy get merch? So for these unique picks, I'm quite happy with how obscure Funko got. And then stopped getting obscure on day 7. Yes, not counting Frostbear, day 7 is the last time we see a unique character that isn't the classics. Really? I'll go into this more later, but why did Funko save the best for the start? This isn't a YouTube video! While the character list is slightly better than the last calendar, it is still pretty sad when we compare it to some of the other Funko Advent calendars. The horror, WWE, NFL, The Office, and even the Pokemon ones are entirely unique characters the entire way through. So why cheap out for FNaF? It's not like you don't have enough pre-existing models. I mean, you could fill a calendar with even just the pops I own. And don't even try to tell me that it's too expensive to shrink all 24 of these pops down to Pocket Pop size. Because like I said, all of these ones did just fine. And well, of course, I'm okay with a few repeats. I mean, I need a few more original characters than just BB and Bonnie. Even then, I don't think this would be a problem at all if the repeats were spread out somewhat equally. But that's not gonna happen, are you joking? Through all 24 days, a total of 17 of them were the classics. Yeah. That means only 7 pops were the 4 more unique characters. So, what were the totals? Who got the most and who got the least? Well, there were 5 Foxies and 5 Freddys. And if you count Frostbear, that's 6 even. Chica got 4, more than Bonnie somehow. BB got 3 for some reason, the same as Bonnie, but at least she did better than Ballora, who has 2. All well, one of the best figures, Helpy, only got 1 Pocket Pop total. How disappointing. How about the surprises? Like I said, part of the fun is finding out what's next and being shocked, or more likely, disappointed by the newest character. So, how well of surprises were these? Day 23 and 24 are on the front fucking cover! Does Funko not realize that spoiling the final figure on the cover of their mystery box is a bad thing? I mean, some of the others have this same problem, but at least those aren't day 24 and literally front and center. Oh, and what a boring choice. Brown ass Freddy with some wires on him. Ooh, ah. I like this pop, and even I think this was the worst possible day 24 ever. Okay, maybe that's a bit harsh. At least he wasn't spoiled on the front cover. Oh yeah! I don't think it's controversial to say that Frostbear should have been day 24. But nope, day 21 for some reason. Is Funko like anti-surprise? Even past that, some of these decisions are dumb as hell. Like I mentioned, the last unique character we got is Helpy on day 7. A week in, and there are no more surprises past the same 7 characters with different paint on them. And even that isn't true, since technically the last fully unique pop is Bonnie the next day. Where are your priorities? Pulling those really random characters this early got me so excited for the future. What other obscure picks were they gonna make? Could it be Golden Chica? Well, I still had fun. With each day opened, I got more and more drained. I mean, yes, Frostbear is an amazing surprise I can't even believe Funko did. It was unfortunately spoiled for me beforehand, which of course isn't Funko's fault, but I just want to show how little I was surprised along the way. 11 of these pops were spoiled for me beforehand, and only 3 of those were actual spoilers, as the rest of them were just on the box or a shitty Pez dispenser. And yes, 13 surprises is better than nothing, but what was even there to surprise me? 3 tomatoes? 3 identical Foxies?
Elf Bonnie.
What I'm saying is, yes, I like this calendar, but Funko did a shitty job advertising it, and FNaF fans are all annoying and don't care about spoilers. But what else is new? Next up is the actual Pocket Pops. What can I say about these? Oh, yeah. A lot. For one, a fun trend to see with these was how they like to fix problems with the original pop. Okay, that was just Chica, but I still need to shove down your throats how cool it is that 7 years later, Funko finally fixed almost every single thing wrong with this horrible pop. Like, even if the others were hardly changed and Freddy and Bonnie still have their top teeth, this is something to celebrate. Funko admitted that something they made was bad, which has been a weird on and off trend for them recently. I really hope they stick to one of these actually good designs one day. It's so sad that they made these but then refused to use them. Back to the teeth thing, I think that they tried to fix it on Freddy, as they are a lot harder to see than usual, but looking at Frostbear, it shows that they just pushed them up into his muzzle. Okay, this was definitely a mistake, right? Like, they don't actually think this fixes the problem. Whatever. Something else that was changed for pretty much everyone were the poses. Yeah, they gave all of these pops new and more accurate posing, ignoring BB and Helpy, but they were pretty much perfect already. Freddy is based on the Celebrate poster with his arm up waving to the audience. Chica still has her arm to the side, but her hand is open with the other holding her cupcake. This is much more fitting for her. And obviously, the best upgrade here is Ballora, going from possibly the worst case of man standing to this absolutely beautiful pose that references a similar one Special Delivery loved to put her in. Gosh, it is not often I get to point out references in posing like this. What a breath of fresh air. This is so fitting of Ballora. She just looks majestic. Those crossed legs strike me as particularly un-Funko. Now make it a real pop, please. Okay, I know Bonnie and Foxy look the same, but their arms are slightly raised. I didn't say this was a good change. Okay, quick tangent. Why did Funko treat Bonnie so horribly in the calendar? He hardly appeared, and when he did, he was way lazier than the others. Why not give him his guitar like the Cupcake Chica got? Does Funko hate Bonnie or something? It makes no sense. Random off-topic tangent aside, Foxy at least gets a new pose while holding the gift box. Hooray. Speaking of references, after writing the script, something was brought to my attention by Twitter user Freddy Facts blog and FNaF, that these strangely specific Christmas designs actually do have an origin, or at least 4 of them. Maybe. In November 2014, if you purchased merch from Sanchi, you would get this holiday-themed Christmas card with art done by John Lee, which, by the way, was before Sanchi even had the FNaF license. So, do these designs look familiar at all? Look, I'm not saying it's impossible for Funko to have come up with Foxy holding cookies or Freddy and Bonnie covered in Christmas lights, but that bib on Chica is identical. There is no getting around the fact that this is the same weird-ass design. This is so cool, but I have to ask how they even found this. Did they simply Google FNaF Christmas, or did they just know about this really obscure piece of FNaF merch that not even fans really knew about? Knowing Funko, I'm inclined to believe the former, but I don't know. Either way, it makes these designs a lot more interesting now that I can say that they're specifically from something. Or at least the Chica and the Foxy one. I'm still on the fence about the Freddy and the Bonnie. Although it does make me wonder which of these designs aren't as random as I thought. I think that the variety is, I mean, yes, not enough unique characters, but there is some decent variation in those repeats. Sure, they could just take the character and make them hold some random Christmas item like gifts or Christmas lights. That's definitely the most common theme. Or they could make them slightly transparent or glittery or metallic or just slightly shiny. And these look great. They really add a lot more than if they were just a different matte color. And I mean, hey, it could just be the characters with little to no Christmas theming, but the main go-to change is just a vague Christmas color scheme, which is obviously my least favorite. The ones that actually have an idea around them are the best, with Peppermint Foxy. I really wish there were more like him, as he isn't even one of my favorites, yet I still hold him in this high regard. But if they kept to this level of creativity, they could have made one that was one of my favorites. But Funko doesn't seem to have a lot of good ideas for fun holiday-themed designs, as most of these are just the characters recolored to be green and red, which, I'll be honest, isn't that great of a combination. And don't even get me started on why they thought that tomatoes were a good idea. And I wrote as a note, make salad and put them inside, please. Holiday Freddy. Just the only one left to mention. So those were the themes and what I thought about them. But there is one thing left to mention. Why the hell is the theming so inconsistent? Like, I hate those stupid tomato figures, but why isn't there a Tomato Foxy? You made all of the other classics, but just left Foxy out? Why? How? You love Foxy. It's the same with Elf Bonnie. When I got this pop, I was downright horrified that the next 3 days were just gonna be the rest of the holiday pops. But thankfully, they weren't. But, like, why weren't they? Obviously, I'm not saying that I want these things. They should have all been cut in the first place. But the autism in me is just irked looking at these strangely numbered groups. Like, why not Chica holding a gift? Why just Freddy and then Foxy twice? What sense does that make? Why Tangled Freddy and not other Tangled characters? That would actually be a great one, having a whole set of animatronics trying and failing to decorate the pizzeria. I can't tell you how many times I tried to predict the future. Oh, this next one has to be Bonnie, or it has to be Santa Freddy, or it has to be Tomato Chica. Oh, well, the next one has to be Tomato Foxy, right? In conclusion, while I don't think that the variety was good per se, I think it definitely could have been worse. We could have gotten like 6 holiday pops and the rest could have just been blacklight designs that aren't even original. So yeah, more would have been nice, but I'm happy for the most part. And for one final pro, I really enjoyed shoveling these things into my arms at the end of each TikTok. It was strangely satisfying. And that was everything I had to say about the 2023 Funko Pocket Pop FNaF Advent Calendar. Yeah, that never got easier to say. So, this was a real mixed bag for me. Well, yes, I did have a ton of fun opening this thing and seeing what was new the next day. Not much was actually new. And if I got almost any other Funko advent calendar this year, I would have had a lot more fun. That Pokemon one looks actually crazy. But I obviously don't want to downplay how much I did enjoy myself. I talked for around 10 minutes each day about these random pieces of recycled plastic. And the full edit of all those TikToks was over an hour long. I clearly did enjoy myself, even if some of these were really stinky. For every pop I love and every pop I hated, there were 2 more that I just kinda didn't care that much about. Which is almost worse than if it was just mostly bad. Almost. So, well, yes, I love Frostbear and Chica and Chica and BB and Ballora and BB again. I mean, how could I possibly give a positive review to something with vaguely holiday-themed Freddy? And with all of my points here, I think it's obvious why I'll be giving the 2023 Advent Calendar the same score I gave half of these suckers. A 6 out of 10. But for all of those cons, the pros aren't too far behind. And it isn't hard to say that this is the most use I've gotten out of merch in a long time. Funko, I may have been harsh here, but please, oh god, please give us another greatly improved calendar next year. I loved opening this thing, and I really hope this becomes a bi-yearly thing. If not, then I guess I'll just have to review the shitty 2021 calendar, I guess. Thank you for stopping by. As this is a bonus video to Prize Corner Season 1, these pops will not be added to the tier list, thank god. But if you're curious, the calendar itself will go right about here. But that's all I'm willing to rank here. Like I've said a few times already, this video and the 24 smaller ones were some of the most fun I've ever had editing videos. And I'm really glad that I took this challenge all of those days ago. I still remember when I was trying to make the TikToks a minute each so that they could go on YouTube Shorts as well. I'll see you next time in Prize Corner Season 2. Things will be a bit weirder from then on, so get excited. But for now, I'll see you on the flip side, and have a happy belated Christmas and New Year's.